Hey there guys, welcome to another board game night with us. We are playing Alien Frontiers, produced by Game Salute, and it's a game by Tony Nyman. Tory Newman? Yeah.
It's just murder.
Yeah. Shouldn't be a game designer if you can't pronounce it.
Shouldn't be a game designer if you can't pronounce his name.
One syllable names, please, for game designers.
Yeah, there we go. It's got to be like little d. Okay, so
Well, I don't know where he's coming from.
we're in space, as you can see, and it's a dice rolling game. We start off with 3 worker ship dice. You roll them at the beginning of your turn, and then you get to place them in various areas. You gain fuel from the solar converter, you gain ore from the lunar mine, and you can gain alien artifacts from the alien artifact ship. And you can gain more ships from the shipyard, and then you can also send down colonists from the colonist hub and the colony constructor to this planet. This planet is divided into little regions, like the Van Vocht Mountains and the Bradbury Plateau. Each have their own special ability. When you are in control of that area, so if you have your little cool little colony areas in them, then if you're the majority holder, you gain that area.
Just notice, I wonder if these are famous sci-fi writers, because Ray Bradbury is one, and Isaac Asimov is one. That's pretty much where the extent of my knowledge is.
Heinlein, Pohl, they all are.
Herbert definitely sounds like one, yeah.
Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Well, you guys are bigger geeks than I am, because I didn't know any of that.
What do you mean, big?
Okay.
You know, geek is cool now, man.
That's
Come
right,
on.
yeah. So we all start off. We're playing with a couple expansions. So we all start off with our own little. What is this, Ash? What are these?
They're factions.
Factions. So I'm the new Gaia engineers. Martin, who's with us by the way, and Tony, and Ash, who's this game belongs to. He kickstarted it. Then he's playing the Scavenger Fleet. What do you just swapped around?
No,
You have a Smugglers Alliance, and you are.
Corex conglomerated.
There we go.
Which seem a bit good.
Yeah, they get a fuel every turn and extra fuel for every area they control. Okay, so we've played this a couple of times, me and Ash have. Martin and Tony haven't played this at all. And we've organised who's first. Martin will be starting and we'll go around clockwise. So we each get resources.
Tony's got fuel, Ash has got an ore or whatever it is, and Jason's got one of each. That's the penalty that I get for starting.
Yeah, for rolling higher than everyone else.
I'm a glass half empty kind
And for not having a clue what he's doing.
And we can see there's a score chart. This has also been upgraded with extra bells and whistles, as you can see, the little colony areas, little space shuttles over there. Those 3 things used to be tokens, now they're little miniatures, which is pretty cool.
Still got the tokens underneath because they explain what they do.
Well, there you go. So what we're going to do is we'll play through a couple of rounds, and then we'll come back to you and show you a turn sequence, and then tell you what we think at the end. Oh yes, we have another module or extra expansion, which are these victory card things. I actually thought they came originally with the game, but apparently they do not.
Well, they came with the factions expansion because it says factions on the back. So that's what I'm working on.
So you get 2 of each of those. They have a different. One is in-game objectives, and the other one is end-game objectives. And they're basically worth a victory point each. So there's not a massive scoring game. We're probably looking about 10 or 12 to win this game, roughly. What do you think?
The chart goes up to 14.
Yeah.
Could be
Yeah. Alright, so let's do this. Okay, so this is halfway, or roughly halfway through the game. Just to give you an update where we are. This is the victory points total. So Martin's in the lead with 7.
Yeah.
Second with 5.
Boom.
And then purple, which is Tony. He's in 3, and Ash has got 2. The victory points, and now the colonies. I got a couple over there. As you can see, Martin's got 2, and then the other guys have got 1 each.
You see, we believe in segregation. Right?
Yeah. I've completed an in-game objective, and Martin has done 2. And it is now going to be Martin's turn. As you can see, we've also got a couple more techs. Martin's been tech heavy. Well, he just got the what's it called, the holographic decoy stolen off him. And Tony's had everything stolen off him consistently.
By Ash.
Yeah, by Ash. And
Me and Jason are just doing.
Don't know what you are. Mean I would never steal anything.
It's funny, isn't it, when we look at the scoreboard, the people that have been stolen off / been stealing are way down in last.
Yeah. Okay, so it's Martin's turn. He's
Also,
gonna.
as well, we just had a revelation with regards to these genders as well. It said about you can only have like 3 in your hand or whatever, and then we've discovered that once you've scored them, they still count as part of your hand limit.
Yeah, so the max you can ever
essentially,
score is
I can only
3.
ever score 1 more. That's it.
There's a tech in here that allows you to draw.
1 more. No, I read about that one, which was good because that was kind of my game plan. But hey, right, so this ship's dead. I blew him up.
You can blow it up, but you scan into half of it.
Terraformed it, yeah. So as you can see, the first thing you do is roll your dice.
I think
What
the
you get?
first thing I'm going to do is use this pair. I'm going to put them over here. Right, now this is how many, what dice I'm buying. So my 4th dice cost me this, my 5th dice cost me this, my 6th cost me this. Now I've got 4, so I'm actually buying my 5th. I have control of Herbert Valley, which means I pay 1 of each less, which is cool. So I'll pay 1 ore, 1 fuel. Over there and get my dice. However, I'm also in the scavenger fleet, so once I get a dice, I roll it. And there we go.
Normally it would go into the maintenance bay.
Yes, it always sits there for a turn. And I've got that. I am going to...
Just beware, this game turn might have a little bit of AP in it, as there's a lot of thinking to do with your dice when you get it.
Spend a fuel to add 1 point to one of my unplaced ships, making that 5.
He has just so you know, he has a card that allows him to spend.
My alien tech there as well. Mine cost me 1 less fuel.
Because it's not to a minimum of 1, you can just basically do those for free.
I'm going to chuck that in there. I'll put another one down here.
And that'll trigger my ability, which gives me the fuel and the ore instead of paying it to the bank.
At least you will once he pays you.
There you go.
Woo!
9 VPs.
My other ability as well is instead of killing your ship, you can give me a fuel and roll it. If you roll a 1, 2, or 3, it goes to the mech bay instead of back to the stock.
And my last one, I'll chuck that there. I'm done. As you can see, I'm all about gaining VPs and not giving it a toss, how it turns out from my ships.
9. What did you just get? The Lem Bandlands. What does that do?
Take an extra fuel thingy when I...
Do the solar converter.
Yeah.
Got a triple again, but no.
Oh, whose fault is that? Dun dun dun.
Oh yeah, you got one off.
Tony's dice are a little hard to see on the camera. Blends in with the table.
You've got a 4 in there to push it up.
Yeah. To get extra ore, you need to be higher or equal to the dice that's already there. So you can only put 4s there, which he doesn't have, or 4 or more. So you can get 1 more ore from that, man.
No, I can actually get 2 from it. Because I've got the Van Roon Mountains, so the first dice I place on the mining
Can be
can
Anything,
do
yeah, that's good.
So there's 2 more.
But would that end your triple?
Yeah.
Well, you could use the 1 instead.
2 more.
Yeah, you use the 1, you could do the triple then. Put
Yeah.
Conley down.
Oh, that's 2.
See, we're nice.
Yeah.
They're nice people.
Actually, he's doing so badly, you didn't think it mattered.
Help! Help!
There you go.
Hey!
And
Look
this, ironically, if you take that one, 1 less ore when you use the colony constructor, huh? Right, so he scores 1 VP for placing that down, and then an extra VP for taking
Controlling
control of
the
that,
area, yeah.
which means that if he loses control of that, that card will go back and will drop his score down by 1.
So Tony moves into joint 2nd place. Thanks to our...
That was a committee.
Yeah. We feel sorry for you because Ash is picking on you.
I'm not picking on him. I've not yet begun to pick on anyone.
We think Ash is cheating because he picked all the best stuff.
And he's still doing horribly.
Yes, there was an amazing synergy between the race. That
Look, he got a triple.
But you don't have a new ore.
Yeah, I'll have all in a second.
Yeah, he's got an abusive combination of
I
cards.
did not have an abusive combination of cards.
He's got a card that like when you what's it called, the miner or something. When
Lunar
you
Tunneler.
yeah, Lunar Tunneler, spend
The
a fuel
miner.
to gain an
It's
extra
got a
ore.
6-year-old that he sends out.
So you're putting out a colony as well.
Who's been making far too much use of their abilities? So.
Hey, look at me, man. I don't use my ability, people use it. You gotta pick up Martin, he's in the lead.
Or pick the thing that you think is going to be more beneficial to you, Ash. Rather than,
Or, as you've been doing the whole game, you can pick on Tony. Ash is in deep thought, thinking about his turn. Come on, man, you should have planned this ages ago. You knew you should have rolled the triple. Oh, he's going for Herbert Valley. Right, so what's happened there is he's basically flown in there and equaled him, so that is lost control. So he pushes him up by 1 and Martin down by 1.
boo. That's 2 turns on the trot now. He's done something negative.
What was the first thing?
Stole my holographic.
Did not steal a hologram. I don't
Is
know.
it ironic? The only person who does the stealing is the one that can't be stolen off.
What? I can be stolen up. You can take that if you want it. Another bit of 4.
Ash pauses for thought again.
I do.
I gotta pass this on to you, Martin.
Your arm's aching. That's his thoughtful face. This is Ash and Rushing, by the way. Just thought, I hope I'm not covering the microphone. Where the hell is it?
I have no idea.
Brilliant.
Just keep your fingers on the corners.
It's round.
Don't face it at me.
Where the hell is the microphone?
I think it's on the side there.
Oh, okay, I'm going to play 2 for my.
Well, just put some
plasma
music
cannon.
in.
Yeah.
Keep everybody entertained.
Some elevator music.
Yeah.
That doesn't actually work. I forgot I put 5 down.
So we did play 5 tribes earlier.
We did. Unbeknownst, it was our first game of 5 Tribes as well, and there's quite a lot of AP in that as well.
That was awesome though.
Him and him.
I'm discarding the Lunar Tunneler.
They took a long time.
Oh, goes there.
What does that do?
It gives you that one. What one do you get?
That
Alright,
removes all ships docked at the lunar mine to the maintenance bay.
That's
You
right,
get
you
back
get them back.
into your turn, yeah.
They're not dead.
Yeah, they just moved out the way.
Getting one of those. Move that to there.
When it reaches that point, you have to pay ore and a fuel to send it to the planet.
Take the dice off Jason. He's got 7 dice.
He has got 7 dice, hasn't he?
Yeah, but I've got my victory point for that. I'm not so worried about that anymore.
But it's 7 dice. And that's the other bonus as well. You're now joint last rather than last.
Yay!
So you're done.
I am
Alright,
done.
so I gather in my ships. I no longer have extra ship, but I got my victory point. Yeah. Right, so I got 555. Woohoo!
Nowhere to put it.
No, I do.
It's blocked.
Oh! Actually, no, I'm alright. I'm
Look
alright.
at his face. Look at his face.
Aw.
I'm alright. I'm gonna go there to gain a fuel, ore. So I need 3 ore for that. Then I'm gonna use my chameleon cloak to pay 2 fuel and replace an opponent's ships at any orbital facility or at one orbital facility with equal value ships of my own. Oh crap! I don't have.
Look at the face. Look at the face. Every week we put up with this. Every week he reads the top half of the card. That's it.
Got my massive thumbs over them. Alright, well.
Oh god, that was brilliant.
So I'm going to put 2 ships there. Because I've got Asimov Crater, it moves up 3 spaces instead of 2. So 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's so good.
Should I use another 5 to send them off? I don't need any more ships. I've got decent enough resources, so I might as well. I'm gonna stick the last ship there, send it to the end, spend my fuel and my ore, and fire him off. And I'm gonna go to Bradbury Plateau. Sorry, Tony.
I can't believe you kicked him in the teeth.
It's just because I want to spend less ore to get them down there.
Well, you
I need to take control of it still. And what am I going to do with my last 2 5s? I can't go there anymore. This stupid place is blocked out. I could get some more there. I think what I'll do is
alien artifact?
I think you can have a maximum of 8 resources, and I've got 5 already.
You don't need any more ore, man. What are you talking about?
No.
You got loads.
Well, we'll get another ore anyway. And
Triple next turn.
yeah, and just for the hell of it, I'll go there and get 1 fuel. No, 2 fuel. I can get 3 normally, but my max on resources is 8.
He'll have to discard down.
And that is my turn. So there you've seen a whole full rotation. You saw mostly of Ashen's rotation.
What? It was complicated.
So we'll come back at the end of the game and show you how we've done for the rest of the evening. Alright, so we've just finished off the game, and the victory points are as follows. As you can see, Ash has won with 11 points. I'm second with 10, Martin third with 9, and the purple fella at the back. Well then, Danny, Ash just stole victory away from me now.
It wasn't the person that was closest here.
No, it won't quite work like that.
Oh.
2 games, 2 losses.
Yeah, well done, Toad.
Alright, wait,
Yeah.
Mick?
Yeah. Mick in disguise. Look, Mick, you pretended to your throne. Well, that was close. I mean, Ash literally just started. I was going to do it on my turn. I have Asimov's Crater, which allows me to move that. That was my last one, so I would have jumped in there. And I also scored all 3 of my agenda cards. So, as you can see, that is the final standings of the game. Let's do a quick.
You would have won on tie breaks if I hadn't have got.
Yeah, thanks to my
Positron.
mad freaking resources I had.
No, he would have thrashed you, because if you didn't get all those points, then you'd have been behind him.
No, just for 1 point. So
But you gained like 4 points that turn, Ashen.
Yeah, what I mean is, if I hadn't.
Yeah, but
Oh, if you hadn't scored that
if I
one.
hadn't scored, yeah, or that one.
yeah, it was good idea to cycle through those cards to gain you that freaking little power blonde thing.
Data crystal.
Alright, so let's do a little feel of how we felt the game went. Ash, it's your game. What do you think, and how do you think this game went?
Worker placement game. Dice. Yeah, I like it. I think it played reasonably smoothly. A couple of questions that we hadn't had previously come up. All in all, yeah, I enjoyed it. Fun game. Up there on my, well, I don't have a top 10 list yet, but
Oh, well, we'll work on that.
yeah, I like it. Nice theme, and all the bits seem like they're doing something.
You've played at Kingsburg and Dark Horse as well. Eh?
Yeah.
How would you compare them to them?
I think I'm not a big fan of Kingsburg, really. It felt just a bit, I just didn't gel with the theme. This is Dark Horse, they're par and par really, I think. I think I do prefer this just slightly. I have a small issue with Dark Horse, mainly because I think it's you're only rolling to 2 dice, so you're not getting that many actions, and then you feel like you're hideously locked out when, depending on what you rolled, and everybody else has got that, and you've got literally 2 dice, and you can only place them on 2 locations, and they're both taken. So
No, fair enough. Alright, fair enough. Tony?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Never lost it, as usual.
Yeah.
I wouldn't enjoy any game.
That's the main thing, isn't it? It's all about the enjoyment.
No, I like the theme. I like the dice. And the dice placement. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, dice placement games are interesting. There's a few of them out there now, and they're all pretty good games, I think, in general. How about you, Martin?
I thought it was okay. It's as a worker placement game, it's probably a bit more angry than most. Seems to be a bit more dicking over other people. Obviously, it suffers just as all other dice placement games do, in that if you roll badly, you get shafted. I think that was part of you seem to have no synergy with your dice rolls
Yeah, I was
versus
getting
your resources.
Well, I was getting no synergy between my Smuggler's Alliance power and managing to get a run of any sort.
I think the powers on these guys are a bit wonky as well. Some of them seem to be really good. I mean, I think yours come into its own in that game.
Thanks to being having your race there.
Yeah, I mean, my guys basically benefited from being able to, whenever you get a ship, you roll the dice immediately so you can place it. So my theory was that I'd kind of not ever or rarely have the maximum amount of ships and cycle through the terraforming station to put the colonies on cheaply. But as a consequence of that triggered Jason's ability, which meant he just kept getting loads of extra resources. And I wasn't the only one to use that as well. I mean, Ashton used it at least 2 or 3 times as well.
Especially late game now that got him to win.
I mean, you gained a crap load from it. So I think.
Well, you gained a crap load from it as well because you stole it off me. my resources.
Yeah. Oh, I did, yes. I did once. But I think Tony's seemed to be a bit meh. I thought mine was alright.
I got to use his thing quite nicely though.
Yeah, but his inherent
it was
ability, I mean.
ironic that I used it against him.
Yeah, twice, wasn't it? 2 or 3 times at least.
Oh no, I used his ability once against him by docking there, and then I just used the raiders against him.
Which is nice. So one time he gave him fuel to steal all of his shit, and the other time he just stole his shit. Yeah, it was a bit annoying that I went to use some powers, and Ash went, "Oh, by the way, you can't do that. I thought I told you."
I thought I had. God.
Yeah, you hadn't. Fairly integral and pretty bad timing as well. As you can see, we were pretty close on the old score track, and it would have swung the VPs quite differently. I thought it was okay, yeah. It is a bit down timing, isn't it? Because you're placing all your workers all at once, and there was quite a lot of thinking trying to maximise your go with 6 dice and trying to decide what's the optimum outcome for what I've rolled here. I mean, I think every single one of us sat there and thought, what am I going to do with these dice? What can I do? That sort of thing. While the others sit there going, oh my god, have you still got dice to place, Ashen?
Yeah,
that pretty much happened every turn, that one.
From my point of view, I think it's a good game, but I think it's probably lower down on my dice. I think I like Euphoria and Dark Horse better than this. I think mainly because I don't think the Raiders Outpost...
I think the spaces are a bit wonky as well. That seems very hard to do, and is actually only alright, I think.
I think because the problem is, I think like if someone goes on the Raiders Outpost, they get a big benefit by the fact that they're taking something away from someone else, and that person gets really shafted. I mean, I thought when Ashen stole, and I'm not blaming Ashen for this, but when Ashen stole from Tony, I thought that was basically the end of Tony's 2 turns, essentially. Yeah. The turn he just spent gathering those resources, and now the next turn, because you'll have to then...
recoup from it.
Yeah. And I don't know, I just think that's really discouraging. I mean, I don't mind conflicting in games and screwing over people in games, but in a game where only one person's constantly getting...
the problem with it is it's that swing, isn't it? You're taking from one and giving to somebody else.
Yeah.
Rather than that person's losing it or just that person's gaining it, it's the double swing.
So I thought that was...
And 4 resources is a lot.
Yeah, well. It's a lot, and especially when you're using Tony's Smuggler's thing. It's 4 resources and a card.
I can't remember what it was. It wasn't the plastic. I can't remember what it was. I used it to good effect near the end.
So I think that's quite detrimental to an outcome of a game. I mean, you get stolen from twice in a turn, and you're basically out of the game.
Well, I mean, it takes a long time to recover, certainly.
Well, look how far behind he is.
I don't think he was out of the game necessarily, but I think there was a combination of things. Which
I think he had some bad dice rolls. He had some triples where he had absolutely no ore.
Yeah.
That power being used 2 turns, 1 turn. I got the stuff. It got stolen off me. I got the stuff back, and then the turn after that as well, it got used on me again. So
Yeah.
I spent 4 turns going nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. And
Also, the other thing with that space is, as you can see here, there's like a greater than symbol, which means you can see this like red arrow thing. You can basically push someone off. You need a run to go there. So let's say you got a 2, 3, 4. If someone rolls a better run than you, they can push you off and put you on there. But 4, 5, 6 is the best run you can get. 4, 5, and 6. So once you've got that on there, if you're rolling, say, all 6 dice, theoretically, you could essentially keep hold of that space. If you're rolling 4, 5, 6 every turn, and there are techs and things that you can engineer to assist that, go on there, steal every turn, have 3 dice of just doing other stuff, and that can really cripple people.
Yeah.
So you could just take an inordinate amount of stuff from people.
I was the only one.
Just be building up yourself, and then
This race is the only one that could push somebody off in that situation, because all they have to do is get
but that
a run.
race might not come out.
That race might
And also,
not come out.
I mean-
or if I was, as happened in that game, I never ever got a run.
And also because the fact that if you steal from that race first, that's to hampers them from actually getting any more dice to actually get more ships out to try and beat that. So I don't know. I think that's quite detrimental. I don't know. Maybe you guys find, not you guys sitting here, you guys watching this, find that that might be a different.
We
But
also talked about the limit on resources. Isn't there? There's a hard limit of 8
yeah,
resources of ore and fuel, and we did wonder why that was the case. And basically, our thought was it's because of the market. You can do unlimited trades on it. So fuel is really easy to get. You know, 1, 5, or 6, and you get 3 fuel. Whereas ore down in this corner is actually quite hard to get. For each dice, you're getting 1, and you have to be greater or equal to than the dice that's there already. So obviously, the market allows you to throw unlimited amounts of ore in the way, fuel in the way, to get as much ore as you need or want. And that's presumably why there's a limit on how many resources you can have. But what we were saying was it would be better if there was a limit on the market and an unlimited amount of resources, because it makes stealing then not as bad either. Because I've got 12 resources, I'll steal a few. Okay, I'm not completely hamstrung. And then the hard limit on the market would be perhaps based on the dice value or something like that. It just felt like that might.
well, we were saying
Well,
the lower the dice roll, the less amount of trades you can do, but it's
The
cheaper it is.
Yeah, cheaper
So if you
ratio.
roll a 5, you're trading 5 for 1, but you can do it 5 times.
How many resources?
But it's an unlimited amount of resources in that instance. So I don't know. It's something that we had a musing of
Yeah,
the way through.
Just
because
discussing it.
It does seem a bit odd that you have a limit on how many resources you can have. Don't know why.
But yeah, I think still it seems like we're picking out holes, but it's still a pretty good game. I mean, let's do a little verdict. What did you? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs
Yeah,
up,
thumbs up, yeah.
thumbs up. You thumbs up as well.
I think I'd be more positive than negative, certainly. Slightly more positive than neutral. I wasn't blown away, but I thought it was alright.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I think it's a good game, so I'd probably give it a thumbs up. But I still think it's behind Euphoria and Dark Horse.
I think Euphoria was a better game as well. I think the theme of Euphoria was better, and I think other than the doubles mechanic, which I didn't like at all, I think mechanically it worked just a bit better. I really liked to go off on a tangent side. I really liked the roll high, and you get the detriment, like your workers are too intelligent or whatever.
Yeah.
And so actually rolling a lot of dice is quite bad. There was no penalty for rolling all of your dice in this at all, so there was no risk involved in that. And I thought that was really clever in Euphoria.
I think the other thing with Euphoria as well is that you roll your dice and then you put one at a time, so it goes through rounds quicker, rather than sitting here watching, thinking, and there's nothing really you can do on your downtime. I mean, you can't think of your turn because you don't know what you're rolling. So
Absolutely.
downtime I think is an issue in this game. Anyway, that's our thoughts on Alien Frontiers, and congratulations, Ash, on your victory.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time for the next game.